2020 was a rough year for Ivystone and a lot of you. It was tough. It was a challenge, and we were facing it head on. We did our best to manage and turn things around as we went through the year, and it surprised us a bit, just like everybody else. But we weathered the storm. We did all the necessary steps we had to do initially. So the whole year of 2020 was a difficult one, but one where we learned a lot about ourselves. The biggest surprise of 2020 was the resilience of our independent retailer. It really shocked a lot of people. Just when you hit the low levels of where nobody knew what was going to happen. We were all locked in our homes. We had no idea, and our retailers just battled through like the tough people they are, and they found a new way to do business. And it wasn't that it was unexpected. It was the level at which it was done was unexpected. It was pretty amazing to see. We went from a time of real, I guess, panic almost, to a time of settled business and trying new things and adjusting to the new realities of the day. So whether it's a switch to more digital tools to enhance your business, or whether it was a shift in the way you employed people to the way you did your hours of the day where your business operated. It was for retailers, it was very unusual. They didn't know how to handle things, how to order, what to cancel, how to pay, all those kinds of things. And it went from that environment to then an environment where the demand was increased and nobody was really ready for that. So it couldn't have been a more tumultuous year in any capacity. There's nothing else you can say about it other than it was just crazy from all aspects. And our retailers really weathered the storm, and they showed the resilience of what you call the American entrepreneurial spirit. It was pretty amazing to see. So as COVID started and really ramped up, the consumer and the way they looked at our kind of product changed quite a bit. I mean, everybody was home more. Just, we all know that, but it has way more of an impact than just that statement. As COVID fades, there's going to be these trends that stick. A lot of it's about the home. In particular, the home fragrance side is the most glaring thing we see. We see anything that makes your home feel more comfortable is just, it's going to stay that way. Being home more means you're around your surroundings, where you're looking around saying, maybe that lamp isn't the way I like it, or maybe I need to replace my couch, or maybe I just need a little space. And then you also have a kind of an outdoor bent towards that lifestyle, and people want to be outside more. And that whole environment of the only time you're really ever entertaining or doing anything, you're doing something outside, that was a monumental shift. The other piece of this is people got adjusted to dining in more, whether they were taking out from a restaurant or doing those kinds of things. So all the home entertaining, you did that more, and you needed things that you didn't expect to need. So I think everything around your garden, everything around your home, everything around entertaining, and everything around the fragrances that surround you, those things are going to be sticky. As our industry moves forward post COVID-19, it's hard to foresee the future, but you can tell one thing you're going to see is that business has changed, and it's changed dramatically. We'd called this whole time period an accelerant. We don't call it a shift necessarily in the changes. A lot of these changes were taking place and they were coming forward. The time frame, we call it 3 to 5 years and 3 to 5 months is the easiest way to put it. And it's based around the fact that there was trends towards digital shopping, there was trends towards social, there was trends towards interacting on those social communities and then within the community. So you were doing all these things that were different, but they were kind of gradually going up. What happened was you had a crazy spike during this time frame, and people just adjusted, and they made it kind of part of their everyday existence. So those things changed dramatically, so you can't do things the same way. So the biggest challenge for retailers moving forward in the short term is going to be figuring out how to get their product flow coming into the store because there's just so many challenges in that regard. In the longer term, it's going to be adjusting to the new environment, just like everybody else is faced with. And there's retailers out there that need to go to, they may change completely the way their store hours are, or the way they hire personnel, or what kind of people are important in the back end of their business. How important is the digital side of things? How unimportant is it? How much is that individual interaction you have with your customer? I mean, how does that change? How does that dynamic change? Just constantly think about it. And remember to always look ahead, kind of where you want to be, and then work your way backwards. Because if you're not looking ahead in a time period where everything leapt ahead by years, that's a mistake. You have to look ahead even more than you used to and kind of work your way backwards. The most exciting part of 2021 and beyond is just when you get a chance to re-examine your business in a very monumental shift. It brings like all this exciting, there's all these exciting possibilities because we usually have to wait a while. We have to adapt to what's going on, but not just do that. We got to kind of carve our own space. We're pretty much building our own road, and we feel like we're starting anew. So that's pretty exciting.